Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm in the chateau this morning, having a bit of a look about. It's not cold in here whatsoever. The sun has been out all morning, shining through the windows. I think I just heard the post lady. Okay, more Ethernet cables. Another switch. So we are putting the Starlink also in the house we are living in, the guest house. Mo has put a cable all the way from the box, which is underneath the staircase, which goes all the way through the chateau basement, and it goes all the way underground below the car into this concrete ring. Then it also goes through all the ducting into the garage and the guest house, and the guest house has a network sort of system already installed in there. So we are going to share the internet with the chateau, and it's going to be really quick and great for uploading. So there's not really much happening today at the chateau. I've got a bit of a cold and Gwen's got a cold, so there's not really much going on. We're not going out anywhere today. So I might do a bit of an antique tour, which shows some of my favourite pieces, but it also discloses some of the prices I paid for them, which you'd be quite surprised about, I think. This mirror, for instance, I bought it a long time ago, and I actually sold it and re-bought it off the person I sold it off, and I only paid 200 euros for it, and I picked it up down in La Rochelle. It's beautiful, it has all the lovely pitting on the glass, the mercury glass. I mean, it's missing a few pieces, but it doesn't really matter because it adds to the age and the character, and it is absolutely beautiful. Below it, I picked up with Gwendolyn. We drove all the way to Brest, which is the furthest you can go in Brittany. And I think we paid 600 euros for it. I mean, it's really nice. And it was quite a good price for what it is. This safe. I mean, it's like the one I showed in my vlog recently, where you do that to expose the combination and the keyhole to unlock it. This safe was only 150 euros. It had the key, but not the combination, and it was locked. So I had to drill a small hole in the back of it and keep going through all the combinations until I used a small camera and I put it all the way inside, and there are 3 holes, and it shows you where each combination is. It's quite tricky to do, but I managed it, and I now use it, but there's not really anything valuable inside of it, unfortunately. I don't have anything of great value to put inside of it. What else? This gramophone I bought with Ryan in Laval, and it's really nice. I think we paid 170 euros. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful and in perfect working order. One of my most favourite items is this book. It's so heavy and it's so big I can't even store it properly. Okay, let's go to the dining room with this book because there is no surface large enough for it. So here it is. This is one of my most favourite items that I own. And the only other full intact volume I have seen, well, not seen, but researched, is in the Met in New York. And it is Chateau de la Vallée de la Loire by Victor Petit, premiere volume. And if I skip a few pages to where all the engravings start, where are we? Here. Okay, there are 100 and something engravings of all, well not all, but the important historic chateaus in the Loire Valley. This one is Chateau de Morand. So I can't do the pronunciation in French. I'm so sorry if I've destroyed that. This one is Chateau de la Plessis. Isn't that fantastic? So there are literally hundreds and hundreds of engravings. Chateau de Saligny. So the only other things I've seen on this book are some examples that have been removed and put into frames, which is something I'm never going to do. I'm going to keep it intact. But wouldn't it be great to print some of these or have them scanned and have them printed? That's a beautiful chateau. So I could just do this all day long. So I imagine this book is probably quite valuable. I've seen the prints themselves are about between 200 to 350 euros each. And there are at least 110, I think, in total. But as the book is also completely intact and the original volume, it adds more value to it. So if you do the maths, I'd say the book is probably worth about 20 to 25,000 euros. And I only paid 200 euros for it, which is absolutely amazing. And in the Bricante I was at, a lot of people were looking at it. And I got the book out from the bookshelf and I was going through it and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I had about 3 people standing near me all sort of looking at me while I was doing and looking at the book. So I just picked it up and took it straight to the counter to buy it. Wow, that chateau is beautiful. So Victor Petit was the artist and he sat and drew all of these, which were then turned into copper plates, which were then printed into volumes. I don't know how many volumes were made, but I could just, I mean, I'm skipping a lot. There are like 2 pages there that I'm skipping. And there's just so many. So many. And look, I've barely gotten through about even a quarter of them yet. So I'd love to show you more. Chateau de Blois, very famous. Oh wow, Chambord, very, very famous, Chambord. That is amazing. So Victor Petit went to every chateau in this book, sat down and drew what you're seeing now. Oh wow, that is absolutely amazing. Here is a painting of Chateau Chenonceau. This was painted about 1920s, I believe. I'm not so sure of the style, but it looks very Mary Poppins to me. And it is absolutely beautiful. The painting itself on canvas, I think was 200 or 300 euros, but the frame I bought separately and had it resized. The frame wasn't in great condition, but it wasn't expensive. So it's, you know, it looks much nicer with a frame, especially hanging in here. So I'm really happy with that purchase as well, because it's very decorative. I'll just turn that off now. I hope you enjoyed this little antique tour. I saw in some of the comments recently that someone suggested this idea. So thank you, whoever that was. And I can do, you know, an antique tour later on of some of the other objects that I've bought and some of my favourite items. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you again soon.